everyone, I'm Basilia. I'm a 5 foot nomad, and welcome to my channel, where I talk about the digital nomad lifestyle, and which involves traveling, working online, and just basically living an awesome life that you love. So guys, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys why I moved to Montenegro. Okay, I'm married to an Israeli German, and I have the option to live in Germany, I have the option to live in Israel, I have the option to live in Nigeria, I have the option to live in a lot of places actually, in the EU. So why did I choose Montenegro? What's so special about it that makes me say this is where I want to be and potentially raise my children? So let's dive right into the reasons why, guys. So for you guys to sort of understand, why I chose to move to Montenegro, you have to understand a bit of a backstory, what led me to this point. What led a Nigerian, African chick to Montenegro in the Balkans, where most people don't even know where it is on the map. I know, you're watching this and you're guilty too. Check the map to see where it is, So what led me here? How did I get here? Why am I here? What the hell am I doing here? So basically the backstory, is that in 2018, my life changed. And my life changed in the sense that was when my digital nomad lifestyle really took off. And this was my first trip ever outside of Nigeria. Before this time, I spent like 23 to 24 years in Nigeria, never left. I was used to this little world that I was in, this bubble. And I just assumed that was how the world is. Yes, you see all these nice places on TV, watching American movies and all of that. And it's one thing to imagine these things or see it in a movie, but it's another thing to actually be there and see it with your two eyes in the flesh, right? So basically, like my first time living in Nigeria was 2018, and my first trip ever was to Dubai. Then I was still dating Rafi, my husband. We were boyfriend and girlfriend, and we went to Dubai on our first trip. And oh my gosh, the whole time I was like, what? I was like a fucking kid in a candy store, and I was like, what? Really? There's 24/7 electricity? Oh my god, there's good roads, you're not getting mugged at night. Oh my gosh, the street lights. It's secure, like I can just do whatever I want. It was mind-blowing for me because I come from a society, where there's no 24/7 electricity, there's no infrastructure, people die from neglect in the hospital. Some people die because, they went to a hospital and there was no blood in their blood type in the hospital. Insane things. Yes, there's certain aspects of it that work, but like most of it does not work. There's no infrastructure, there's no electricity, no security. Like it's a kind of society, where you can't even feel safe enough to go and walk. So go on road trips. So coming from a society like this, it was mind-blowing for me because what we did once we got to Dubai, we rented a car, like a huge ass Mazda car. I don't know, Rafi knows the brand, whatever, it doesn't matter. And yeah, like we drove around. The UAE is like 7 Emirates, so we explored like 5 Emirates. We went to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, we went to Jabal Jais, Ras Al Khaimah, all these places, and I was like, oh my gosh, you can actually have a road trip, like in my country you cannot have a road trip. So that was where I started questioning a lot of things, and I'm like, why was I ever born in Nigeria? Why did I get this shithole for a country? Why would I even want to be here? So this sort of piqued my interest into realizing that, man, I want better for myself. And even before this trip to Dubai, it has always been my dream to travel the world, because I'm like, I want to see the world that I see on TV, because I basically grew up on TV. I had no social life thanks to my parents who would always take us to church. But basically, like, I had no social life, and I'm like, my life was literally TV shows, and it was like, wow, like I just want to travel. I want to see the world. And this first trip to Dubai really opened my eyes. And, that was sort of the start of like my adventure as a digital nomad, even though I wasn't even a digital nomad then, right? And so after this trip, after a few months, I started gaining perspective, and then I traveled to Germany, to France, to the Netherlands, to Belgium, and all these countries, and I started touring around, and I realized that, wow, I really want to like live in a place that's okay for me. I want to wake up and feel safe in my society. I want to wake up and feel like, okay, I'm in the right place, that gives me what I need: good health care, security, 24/7 electricity, safety, all these basics, that in my country is like a luxury, right? So during this time, I got married to my boyfriend, Rafi. It was insane. It was a crazy time. And yeah, we continued traveling around, and we were like, okay, maybe we want to go to a country, where Nigerians can just visit without a visa, maybe we can settle there. And so before this time, we were in Israel for like a few months, and we're like, okay, let's check this out and let's go to Barbados, because it's a country in the Caribbean. The passport is great. They were about to release this program that was sort of like a program that would help people invest in the country or so, and then you can get citizenship, blah blah blah. So we're hoping that probably this program would be released. And then we went to Barbados. We spent a month. It was nice. I mean, yes, it was a bit weird because it was nice to be in a country with black people, but I'm like, okay, I have nothing in common with these people. Like I can't relate to them. I don't understand their culture. They have a bit of an American culture in Barbados actually. And so we spent a month there, and at the end of the day, when we tried to renew our visa, like it's a long story. I have this on my website actually, but long story short, we tried to renew our visa and they were like, no, get out of our country. They basically kicked us out, and I'm like, okay, so what do we do now? So like while we were about to leave Barbados, we're like, okay, where else can we go? Where Nigerians don't need a visa for? And so we found Cape Verde. And so during this time, I called up my siblings who had just graduated from uni in Nigeria, and I'm like, look, do you guys want to come to Cape Verde with us? And they're like, yeah, and then we all went to Cape Verde. And bada bing, bada boom, the pandemic started, and so I lived in Cape Verde for 8 months, guys, and it was amazing. Like Cape Verde is paradise, literally. I feel like I haven't really made a video about Cape Verde, and now that I'm talking about this, I'm gonna try and make a video about that, because life in Cape Verde was perfect actually. Yes, it has its ups and downs, but it was in paradise. It's like you're in another planet, and you're disconnected from the craziness of the world. You're just living in paradise by the beach. Yeah, I'm not gonna drag on that, because man, such amazing memories I had. Like, oh my gosh. And so yeah, I lived there for 8 months, and then for some reason, we had to go to Israel, to sort things out, and I ended up spending almost a year in Israel again. Israel is crazy expensive, and I was like, dude, I can't live in Israel, because everyone has like 1,000,000 degrees, and like everyone's in high tech, and everyone's like, oh, I'm this big shot HR manager, and who am I, please? I'm just working online. And then, my online career just started. I just started working on Fiverr. I started getting independent clients. So all this was starting, and I'm like, I don't fit into this society. I feel isolated, because it's like, okay, I don't speak the language, even though I'm learning it, but like, I don't feel like I belong here because it's crazy expensive. They have all these crazy, different people in one place, and like, Ethiopian Jews, because like Jews are like a complex mix of people and all these crazy things together. And I'm like, wow, I don't fit into this place. Like, where am I gonna go? And then Rafi's like, look, okay, I've been to Montenegro, and it's gonna be like part of our tour, okay? And like, I've been to Montenegro, and it's a place I want you to see. I'm not saying we're gonna live there, okay? Let's just go there on vacation, see how we feel. Then you tell me what you want. And I'm like, I don't know, Europe, I don't know, like whatever my opinions were. Like, I don't remember, but like, then like, fine, let's go. And then we flew into Montenegro from Tivat. Of course, I had to apply for a visa because of my shitty passport. And yeah, I got here, and it's like, oh my gosh, what is it? Like, from the moment I landed in Tivat and I started seeing the mountains and everything, wow, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is insane. And like, oh yeah, I'm dragging this on. I don't want this video to be too long, but yeah, it blew my mind. And yeah, I came on vacation to Montenegro, and I just never left, I know that sounds insane, but yeah, that was basically my life. Yeah, I'm just so grateful for that experience. And yeah, so that's the backstory. I know I dragged it on, I'm sorry, because you have important things to do with your time. But yeah, basically, like, that's how it was. And I just fell in love at first sight with Montenegro because people were so nice to me, and I felt like a celebrity. People kept staring at me like, oh, hi. I was like, okay, white people interested in me, this is cool. Because where I come from in Nigeria, like, people stare at white people and see them as something special, So for me to be treated like that, I'm like, okay, this is where I want to be, right? Of course, that's not the only reason why I chose it. So I'm now going to tell you why I moved to Montenegro, okay? Why did I just decide to stay? Okay, I feel like the most important reason why I decided to stay in Montenegro is that it is affordable, man. Dude, in comparison to Israel and the US or Germany, Montenegro is like one of the most affordable places that you can find, and it's in Europe. It's super affordable. Like, I can't just think of prices off the top of my head right now, but okay, you guys already know that the price of gas is going up, the price of diesel and everything. Here in Montenegro, for a liter of diesel, we pay like €1.55, okay? But in Israel, right now, people are paying €3, almost €4 for a liter of gas, of diesel rather. So the pricing is just insane. Like the difference is so clear. And when you live in a place where the cost of living is lower, yes, income might be lower, but the pressure on you to earn more and be more and do more is less. So I feel like that's one of the reasons why I decided that, okay, I want to be here. I earn online. I earn 100% of my income online as a digital nomad, freelancer. I write. Now I'm a therapist. I'm going to make a video about that actually. So yeah, and yeah, I'm like, okay, my income goes a very long way here in Montenegro. So like, why not? I feel special here. I earn more than the minimum wage here and more than the average local, So I feel like, okay, my income goes a long way. I earn okay. And it's enough for me to sustain myself here. So that made me feel good. So affordability, number one, very, very important. Like the quality of the things that you get for how much money you get them. Amazing. So another reason why, I chose to move to Montenegro, or me and Rafi, my husband, chose to move to Montenegro, is, because of the ease of living. Okay, a few days ago, I went to the bank and they told me, oh, you need your passport. And I just hopped in a cab, came to my apartment, took my passport, went back. I could have walked, but it was too hot, but I didn't, And within like 5 to 10 minutes, I had gotten my passport and come back. Now imagine where you live. Is that possible? Tell me in the comments if that's possible, because I think it's not possible. Because like ease of living, that's what I'm talking about. It's so easy to live here, because everything's close by. If I go downstairs, I can go to the dentist, I can go to the gynecologist, because they're just downstairs in my house. I can go to the supermarket, I can walk anywhere I want. There's a river next to me, there's parks. Like ease of living, that's what I want. I don't want to stress. I don't want big city life where everyone's scrambling and scratching for resources. That's not what I want, okay? So basically, yeah, ease of living, that's one of the reasons, why I chose to move to Montenegro. And another reason why I chose to move to Montenegro is the people are so warm, okay? I've been in Germany, I've been in France, I've been in the Netherlands, I've been in Belgium, and I've seen Europeans firsthand, and I see how cold they can get. I'm not saying they're bad people. No, they're not. But like, they're just not warm like the Mexicans, You know how Mexicans are warm, like muchacho, like I don't know that shit, right, amigo? Like, that's how the Montenegrins are warm. Yes, they're not as warm as the Mexicans, of course. The Mexicans are on a whole other level. But like, Montenegrins are warm, they're nice, they're friendly, they would help you. My friends came to visit from Nigeria. It was at the end of summer, so it was raining. And the Montenegrins gave them an umbrella. It's like, you just give someone your umbrella because it's raining and they're walking in the rain. Where would you see that happen in Germany or in Europe or wherever you are? Think about it. People are warm, people are nice, like they're helpful. They will go out of their way to pay your parking ticket or pay for your parking so you don't have to pay for a ticket. They will help you out. They're nice. They will say hi, and I feel like this brings me to my next point, of why I moved here, because I'm special here as a Black person. Let's look at ourselves here, okay? I know most people say, oh, I don't see color. Yes, great, you don't see color, whatever, but like, I've seen how Black Americans react, to how they're being treated by the Montenegrins. And for the Montenegrins, they're coming from a place of curiosity, no stereotypes at all, just curiosity and like, oh, it's something different, I'm interested, right? But like for the Black Americans who come from a place of stereotypes where being Black is like a curse or a burden in your life, and the system is made to like oppress you as a Black person, they don't see it the same way. They see it as, oh, why would these white people be staring at me? That's racist. Or, oh, this white person, I don't want to have anything to do with you because, there's these things. And, but for me, as a Black person from Nigeria that has nothing to do with the American culture and stereotypes, for me, it's like, okay, I'm enjoying my celebrity status, like, why not? Because it's cool. For me, where I'm from, it's basically the way Nigerians treat white people. So it's like, oh, if I'm being treated like this by white people, why not? I get all the privileges, preferential treatment. People are nicer to me. People just want to talk to me and take pictures with me all the time. Yeah, that's the thing, actually. If you're Black, they won't take pictures with you. I know it can be annoying, but, whatever. Let people have a good time. All positive vibes in my mind. So yeah, that's another reason why I'm here, because being Black is not a stereotype, and being Black is not, this negative thing or this derogatory thing, right? So yeah, and another reason why I moved to Montenegro is because things are available. When I lived in Cape Verde, sometimes you go to the supermarket and there's no avocados, because Cape Verde is made up of 9 islands, right? So most things are imported besides fish and all these other things, but whatever. But sometimes you go to the store and there's no avocado this time, or there's no, there's just not that availability. There's only like one used store for iPhones, there's no proper iPhone shop. Maybe things have changed now, I'm not sure, because it's over a year now since I left. My siblings live there as well. If you're interested in learning more about Cape Verde, actually, I will put the link to my sister's YouTube channel in my description below. Like, she shares a lot of content about, living in Cape Verde, because her and my brother, yeah, when we moved there together, they never left. I left, but they're still there. They work online as well, so, they earn well for where they are. So, yeah, if you want to learn more about Cape Verde, you can find more information in the description below. And, yeah, so availability of things. We're in Europe, there's ease of logistics and transportation of things. So, that's another reason why I chose to be here. And another reason why I chose to be here is the landscape is amazing, guys. Once I landed in Tivat, like, just looking out of the window from the plane when I was landing, I'm like, oh my gosh, all these huge mountains and all these crazy things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is so cool. I've never seen this. Like, there's tons of tunnels. I have never been through so many tunnels in my life. Like, the landscape is crazy. Next to my apartment, there's a river, and there's rivers everywhere. There's like huge parks with trees, big trees, and nature. And man, it's just a lot. Like, I didn't even realize how much I love nature until I moved here, to be honest. And it's just an amazing landscape, and it's so beautiful. There's all these different places to explore. And yes, it's a small country with like over 600,000 people population in total, but it's so amazing. Like, you have to see it to understand it, to be honest. So yeah, that's another reason why I moved here. And yes, before I go, okay, this is the last point. One of the reasons why I like living here, I wouldn't say that's the reason why I moved here, but one of the reasons why I love being here, is that the people are good looking. Okay, I admit it. Okay, yes, I know I'm married, but I mean, I can admire people and like eye candy. Like the guys are like hunky and like they have these beards and they look like like Vikings men or something, and the chicks are like skinny, cute, I mean, I just visited Albania like last week, and like the people don't look as good as here. I'm sorry, I don't mean this in any way to offend any Albanians watching this right now, but like Montenegrins look good, okay? If when people say that, people come to visit, they say, wow, Montenegrins look good for Europeans, like in comparison to other people, because they have this Slavic look, like pointed nose, and they have this nice, not overly white skin like Polish or like Caucasians like Russians, but like nice skin with a bit of tan-ish look. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about that too much. It won't seem like I'm obsessing about this, which I am not, by the way. But yeah, the people here are good looking. If you're single, I'm not single, I'm married, just to be clear, okay? But I can is great, okay? Whatever. I'm talking too much about this point. So, and I don't want to feel like I'm stressing on it. But yeah, if you're single and you feel like, oh, I want to find someone that's cute, or whatever, you can move here because of that, if you're like that or whatever. So yes, guys, so this is why I'm here, I feel like quality of life is super important in the world we're living today. And I feel like big cities, they come with the pressure of work more and more. But I mean, I don't want to work and work and work and work and at the end of the day not see why I'm even working. Like, why am I working so much when I can't even enjoy it because I don't have the time? But living in a place where the cost of living is much lower, and let's say you're like me and you can find a way to earn online so you can earn more than the local population, your quality of life will be astronomical. Like, you have an excellent quality of life and you have that ease, you have that freedom, you have that, there's no stress on you to work more pressure to work overtime and all these other things that comes with living in big cities like maybe New York or Paris and all these places that are quite shitty in my opinion. That's my opinion, right? So if you've watched this video until now, and you've handled my rambling, yeah, thank you for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. I need that thumbs up. I mean, I don't need, but I want it, okay? And yes, that's why I moved to Montenegro. And if you feel like you want to learn more, you can always send me an email, ask me any questions. Yes, I take a bit longer to respond to emails, but I will respond to you. And yeah, ask me your questions in the comments. I'll do my best to respond. And if you're considering moving to an affordable place, a place where the people are nice, cost of living is affordable, you have access to all the things you want, there's really good looking people, and you just want to live an easygoing life free of stress, Montenegro is your best pick. So I'm so happy that you watched this video until now, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.